Good morning and welcome back to the YouTube. Sorry if I'm being a little bit quiet. Everybody's still in bed. It's about 6:10 in the morning. I've been up for about half an hour. I have done my vacuums. I have sorted my life out in the bathroom, and we are just about to take my supplements pre-cardio. And today is going to be a full day of eating, on my reverse diet, and a few clips from Push B, and we are going to train at Old School Gyms today. I've just been switching it up gyms recently just to keep things interesting. I do like to have a little switch up every now and again. So I'm going to walk you through exactly what I'm eating. We're on about 4,000 calories right now, probably almost week three of the reverse. Now, this reverse is the first reverse I've actually done with drugs still in for a long time. Usually drop down on a cruise, and then bump through the touch, and then hold there until we go back on cycle. And then a couple of weeks in, we will usually bump through it again on the push-up. But I actually had blood work done at the end of my diet, and it was perfect. So we've kept drugs in for 5 weeks. That's what's planned, to push up, and then we come down to a cruise, and then we start prep end of Jan, which I am buzzing about. So, morning sups pre-cardio. We have got Turbo BPC from Engineered, which is amazing for your gut, and I suffer from a lot of digestive issues, so this has been a game changer. Methylene Blue, 20 milligrams from Thoroughbred Labs, and then 5-amino 1Q in at 50 milligrams. Then we have got 1 milligram of SS31, 1 milligram of MOTC. We are doing 2 IU of GH. IM. Now, IM pre-cardio, just because it gets into your system and peaks a lot faster than sub-Q. Then I will actually do sub-Q pre-bed. And then once cardio is done, I will have 25 milligrams of NAD Plus, along with my normal health subs with meal one. Now, I'm actually still running Train by JP health subs, so they're full health range. I was going to switch to the Engineered Muscle, but end of this cycle, I'm going to do buds again, and then I'm going to switch to the Engineered health range during my prep, and then do buds at the end of prep. And I just want something to compare when I've been on cycle for like 20 plus weeks. This time, running Train by JP health subs, and then doing a full prep cycle, running the Engineered, and then blood work at the end of both, so I can compare. I like to do these kind of things to look at the data, and yeah, see which one sits my blood work in the best place. Now, I am going to pin my peptides, swallow my peptides, and then we have 750 ml of water with a scoop of Engineered Muscle Catalyst, which is their hydration formula. So 3 grams of that in that. I will consume that whilst I am doing cardio. I've already had about half a litre too, so that's like 1.25 litres before I finish cardio. So it's a good start on my hydration goal. Now, I am going to get these down me. I am going to get on the treadmill, do some cardio, do some ab work, and then I will catch you at meal one. We are back. So, cardio done, 25 minutes, incline treadmill, speed 3.2 mile an hour, 12% incline, gives me like a 130 to 132 beats per minute heart rate for 25 minutes. We are doing that currently 7 days a week, obviously fasted. I have got a tiny bit of my Engineered Muscle Catalyst hydration, which I'm going to finish off before meal one. That will take my total to about 1.25 litres. 500 ml in my shake, in my protein shake. Probably 400 ml in my cream of rice. that is going to take us just over 2 litres by the end of meal one. I get a lot of clients telling me that they can't get their water intake in. If you can get a couple of litres in by the end of meal one, like, you're already on your way. So meal one is 100 grams of cream of rice. We have got 50 grams of raspberries, 50 grams of blueberries. Cream of rice today is Trained by JP white chocolate and coconut, which is an absolute banger. I literally switch between this, their vanilla, their chocolate orange, and then the absolute fucking goat, which is custard cream, which is absolutely beautiful. All these supplements are available in my store, which is quarterturnnutrition.co.uk. The website is going live on Monday, so by the time this is out, the website will be live. I will link it in the description below. So yeah, check it out for any of your supplement needs. So 100 grams cream of rice, we're going to pop that up there. We are going to weigh our salt out for the day. 3 kilos pink salt, already ground, £6 off Amazon delivered. Now, training day, I have got 13 grams of salt, split across 6 meals and my intra. So 2 gram per meal, 1 gram in my intra, and we are weighing this out on the Engineered Muscle scales, which I will show you in a second. Just get this weight right. Bang, 13 grams for the day. Put that back. Sorted. So, turn these off. So these are available on the Engineered Muscle site. We've literally got a normal food scale, and then we've got like what I call a drug dealer scale for weighing out very small measurements. So when we sort out on that, my food out on that, we're going to stick them away. Now, I'm not going to bore you with how I make my cream of rice. I'll show you. I literally just add water. I don't measure it. Probably around, for 100 grams of cream of rice, probably 400 ml of water. So a 3-to-1 ratio. Sorry, a 4-to-1 ratio. And I will catch you when we sit down to eat. So guys, meal one time. We have 100 grams of white chocolate, coconut, cream of rice, 10 grams of 80% dark chocolate, 50 grams of raspberries, 50 grams of blueberries, 2 grams of pink salt, 60 grams of Trained by JP Clear Whey, which is an absolute game changer if you struggle to digest lactose. It's literally the only protein I can digest. Look at that bad boy. My favourite cream of rice spoon, which is like halfway between a teaspoon and a normal spoon, like a bigger spoon. House ups, we have an engineered curcumin, we have an engineered krill oil, 3 Trained by JP Omega Pharma Pro, half serving of Vital Support, full serving of Love Heart. We also have 10 milligrams of Cialis and 100 micrograms of, 150 micrograms of T4. I have just had my NAD Plus, which I tend to have post cardio. So I'll do my Moxie, my SS31, my Meth Blue, my 5-amino 1Q pre-cardio, and then with my GH, and then I will do my gear shots with that too. And then post cardio, I will have 25 milligrams of NAD Plus. I'm going to eat this. The macros will be on the screen. I'm going to get this down me, sort the kids' school bags out, sort their lunches out for today. Rice is already cooked, so 300 grams of raw weight rice, split across 3 meals for the day. So I'm going to shower, do the school run, come back, sort my 3 meals out to take to work, and then I will catch you at work on meal number 2. Yes, people, welcome to the shop and welcome to meal 2. I'm gonna have to Yes, people, welcome to the shop and welcome to meal 2. So you're gonna quickly realize that I eat really simple, like the basics repeated. Like I can't digest lactose, I can't digest gluten. There's only one whey protein I can have, which is what you saw in meal 1. The only kind of bread I can digest good is sourdough, which I have in my meal 6, which you'll see later. But yeah, meal number 2 on a training day is 100 grams of dry weight rice, which we are using sushi rice. I flip between sushi and jasmine depending on how I feel. 150 grams of cooked weight chicken. Now the reason I use cooked weight chicken is because I actually get my chicken from a meal prep company called Fresh Prep. I will link that down in the description of the video. If you use the code MAT10 at checkout, you get 10% off any meal prep. They do 4 meals to bulk bags of cooked chicken, cooked mince, cooked turkey mince, cooked steak. It's absolutely banging, really cost effective. So literally all I have to do a day is cook my rice. I cook my first meal fresh, my last meal fresh, because that's a beef meal. So 100 grams of sushi rice, dry weight, 150 grams of cooked weight chicken, 50 grams of spinach, and we have 20 grams of sugar-free barbecue sauce. So I'm going to get this down me. Now, like I've just said, you'll notice that my food is really clean, but really basic and simple. Like my meals 2 and 3 are exactly the same. Meal 4 is pretty much the same with a couple of additions, which is like pre-workout. And then my post-workout is rice-based again. And then kind of last meal, you'll see that later on. So today's a push session, which I'm going to film a few bits for you. So I've just done like a 13-week diet where I went from like 218 to 190. I'm currently like almost 3 weeks into reversing out. I had a little bit of a stomach issue, a little bit of a bacterial infection, what put me back. And then we've slowly started reversing food up now. I've finished my diet on about 2,700 calories. I'm currently at just over 4,000 on a training day, which is the day you're seeing today. And I'm about 6-7 pounds up in the last like 2.5 to 3 weeks, which is ideal really. You don't want to blow up after a diet. So you want to take it nice and steady. One of the most important things is your post-diet phase. Like people think that once the diet's finished, that's it, like it's over. But what you eat post-diet as you're reversing out is going to have a massive fucking influence on your body composition and your gaining phase going forward. If you blow up and put 20 to 30 pounds on in the first 3 weeks, like you have just fucked it. So nice and steady, nice and controlled. I'm not saying we have to go really slow with food jumps. I do like to go quite aggressive out the gate, get fats back up to a nice level, get carbs up, get you feeling good again, but we don't want to be eating a lot of shit food. Right now, I had an off-plan meal last weekend, and then maybe an off-plan meal 2 weekends ago, and that was pretty much it for the whole diet. We'll have an off-plan meal this weekend. It all depends on whether my coach, Mr. Dan Bastic, puts me one in. If he does, he does. If he doesn't, he doesn't. It's as simple as that. There is a Five Guys opened in Stoke though, so I will be sampling that this weekend if I get a fucking free off-plan meal. So I'm going to get this down me. I will give you a little tour of the shop a little bit later on. But for now, get his meal down me. The macros will be on the screen. I've got a client's nutrition plan to adjust. I've got my trusty to-do list, which I always do the day before. I've got to phone my accountant, sort a few other bits out for content, and we will see you at meal 3. Yes, people, we are back for meal number 3. But before we do that, I thought I would just give you a quick tour of the shop, which the website link will be in the description of this video. We are based in Stoke-on-Trent on Leek Road, just by Limekiln Light if you are local. If not, click the link below, get on the website, and you can order anything from here, from whey proteins, whey protein isolates we have, shakers, creatines, glutamines, pre-workouts, pumps, stim pre-workouts, healthcare ranges, cream of rices, the full engineered muscle range. We also have peptides in the fridge from GlowStack, TB 500, BPC 157. Yeah, literally everything that you could ever need or want, we sell. So, meal 3, which is already prepped. We will get that out of the fridge, ready to heat up in the microwave. Now, I cooked the rice this morning at 6 a.m. Chicken, like we said before, is already pre-cooked and sent, delivered from Fresh Prep Chesterfield. Again, link will be in the description. Use the code MATT10 at checkout for money off. I'm just going to go and stick 50 grams of spinach with this, and then I will sit down and tell you exactly what's in it. Meal motherfucking 3 time. So, I know I said before, I eat quite basic, which, do you know, the basics work. So again, meal 3 is, did I say meal 4 just? Anyway, meal 3, is it meal 3? Yeah, meal 3 is exactly the same as meal 2. So we have 100 grams dry weight sushi rice, 150 grams of cooked weight fresh prep chicken. We have 50 grams of spinach, and instead of 20 grams of sugar-free barbecue sauce, we have now got 20 grams of reduced sugar and salt sweet chili sauce with, again, 2 grams of salt. Absolutely banging. So I'm going to eat this, and then with me sitting here all day at a laptop in a shop, like, my step count would be really shit if I didn't keep active in between meals. So I've got a walking pad down here. So once I've ate this, I will do 15 minutes of a steady walk. I do that post every meal other than meal 1 and meal 6. And then that usually brings me, with my activity throughout the day, to 10,000 steps. I do right now 25 minutes of cardio daily, but I do not count the steps I do in cardio towards my overall step goal. So yeah, I know that if I've got 10,000 steps in my plan a day, I need to hit around about 13,500, because I'll typically do 3,500 doing cardio 25 minutes in the morning. So yeah, that will make sure I hit my overall step goal of 10,000 a day without my cardio involved in that. So I'm going to get this down me. Again, macros will be on the screen here. 15 minutes walk on the walking pad, which not only helps to get my steps up, but it also aids in digestion. That lateral movement, you're literally moving food around in your stomach, which 100% aids in digestion. I know that that's not practical for everybody. Everybody can't go for a 10-15 minute walk post each meal, especially if you're stuck at work. But if you can, 100% do it, especially as you start pushing carbs higher and calories higher. It's going to help your digestion massively. So yeah, get this down me. A little bit more work to crack on with. I will catch up with you on with my pre-workout, which is meal 4, which is similar but different. We've got a few additions on top of that, and then after that meal we will head to the gym. I'll film a few bits of my push B session for you, a little bit of a physique update, see where we're at, see what body weight's at, and how much weight we've gained since we started this reverse. I've literally got like another 3 to 4 weeks of pushing up, and then into a maintenance phase of like 6 weeks, where we'll look to hold my body weight for 6 weeks before we start prep, and then start pulling things down. But the idea for me is I want to start prep as lean as possible. I don't want to have a hell of a lot of body fat to pull off during my prep, which means that we can kind of push and pull throughout the whole prep. So we can pull a bit of body fat off, and then we can have a refeed week, pull a bit of body fat off, have a refeed week. As most of you probably know, I lost a lot of weight, so I had quite a bit of loose skin, which majority of it got cut off via surgery, especially around my midsection. But I've still got little bits around the bottom of my chest and the bottom of my glutes. So that pushing and pulling will just keep that skin tight throughout the entire prep. And going into the prep as lean as possible means that I haven't got to lose 40 to 50 pounds worth of fat, which will just make my loose skin look even worse if we went into prep like that. So yeah, I'm going to get this down me, get some steps in, and I will see you at meal 4, which is pre-workout. Right, people, it is intra-workout drink time to sort. So this is actually pre-meal 4. I'm just doing this to get ready. So what we've got is 500 ml of coconut water. For the added electrolytes, basically potassium, magnesium, coconut water is a cheap alternative to buying a electrolyte product. Shouldn't be telling you that because they're in a supplement shop, but that is what I use. Aldi's fucking finest. 500 ml of coconut water, 500 ml of water, and then we have got 20 grams of EAAs, just for a nice steady protein release throughout the workout. So 20 grams of that going in, and I am using a set of scales to weigh this out. Scoops are fucking shite for accuracy, so get yourself a set of scales and weigh your supplements out rather than measuring them via scoops. Then we've got 10 grams of engineered muscle glutamine, great for digestive health, also great for uptake of everything else which is in your intra-workout drink. So we're going in with 10 grams of that. On a rest day, when I don't have my intra, I will still have this in the morning, but through Apex Morning Ritual, which has got 5 grams of glutamine in, and then 10 grams of engineered muscle creatine. Again, on a rest day, I still have 5 grams, which is in my Apex Morning Ritual drink, which I forgot to show you this morning, so I do apologise. But 10 grams of that going in. And then on top of that, last but not least, the thing that completes the electrolytes. So we've obviously got magnesium and potassium in with our coconut water. I have a banana with my pre-workout meal anyway, which has also got potassium in. But then we go in with 1 gram of pink salt, which we weighed out our salt earlier. So 1 gram of that. That literally completes our intra-workout drink. So we, just to recap, 500 ml of coconut water, and then 500 ml of water, 20 grams of EAAs, 10 grams of glutamine, 10 grams of creatine, a gram of pink salt, and then we're gonna mix that motherfucker up and we'll stick it in the fridge and grab out before we leave the shop. So that is what we consume during training. And then pre-workout drink of choice right now is the Gasmark 10 Pitbull Pump. One of my favourites. I either use this or the Engineered Muscle Turbo Pump, but right now we are using this. Again, weigh that shit out. So a serving is 18 grams. So we weigh 18 grams out. Job's a good one. Get a little mixer. That is me set up for my peri-workout nutrition, intra and pre. Again, I'll stick these in the fridge, grab them out just before I leave the shop to go to the gym, and I will see you at my pre-workout meal, which is due in about 15 motherfucking minutes. Yes, people, we're back, but not with meal 4, not quite yet. This is pre-workout part 2. So you've seen me just mix my intra in my Gasmark 10 Pitbull pump, which I drink on the way to the gym. But what we also add in pre-gym is 1 ml or 500 milligrams of engineered muscle L-carnitine, 1 milligram of MOTS-c, and 2 IU of GH pinned IM, just because it peaks in the system faster IM. So I do mine IM, I split my dose up basically. The majority of my dosage is pre-bed, which I do sub-Q, just for a slower release. And then we do a small dose in the morning and then a small dose pre-gym. So currently doing 8 IU a day of GH, so 2 in the morning, 2 pre-gym, 4 pre-bed. So there is my L-carnitine, and then I will actually take this about half an hour before I leave for the gym, so it's about 45 minutes, 30 to 45 minutes pre-gym. I will take my L-carnitine, my 1 milligram of MOTS-c, and my 2 units of growth. Like I said, IM growth pre-gym, IM growth pre-fasted cardio, and then pre-bed we will do sub-Q 4 IU. So yeah, I will literally eat my pre-workout in a minute, which you will see, and then I will take this about 20 minutes to half an hour before I leave the shop. It's about a 15-20 minute drive to the gym, potentially a little bit longer with the fucking traffic. But yeah, that is my pre-workout part 2, which I will have before I leave for the gym. I'll see you in a sec for meal 4. We are back with the pre-workout meal. So, pre-workout meal is 100 grams of raw weight sushi rice, 150 grams of chicken. I know what you're thinking, it's fucking same meal, but it's a little bit different. So 100 grams of raw weight sushi rice, 150 grams of cooked weight chicken breast, 80 grams of banana, 5 grams of coconut oil, 15 grams of honey, and 20 grams of reduced salt and sugar sweet chili sauce. Yes, the banana is in there with the fucking rest of it. Do not knock it till you've tried it. Let's have a look, get her in shot. Look at that bad boy. Ho ho ho. That is our pre-workout meal. I'm eating this about an hour and 15 minutes before I train. Enough time for it to go down. I tend to leave it, the bigger my pre-workout meal gets, the longer I will leave it before eating it pre-training. Right now, this is not that much of a big meal. So we're going to eat this, start sorting the shop out, ready for lock up in 55 minutes. I'm going to stick something on YouTube while I eat this. Probably a push session because I'm going to train push. And then yeah, I will catch you. I will film some of the push session today, might not film all of it, we will see. And then I'll either speak to you in the car before or after the gym, or at home, post-workout meal, which I will warn you, it's going to be a bit hectic in my house tonight. Thursday's a fucking mad night. Like, my parents are down, like, my missus will be in, 3 kids, might be a bit crazy, but that is fucking life. See you later. So welcome to my push B session. We're going to start off with 4 sets of ab work. I'll either do ab work in the morning fasted first thing, or the start of my workouts. Get them done at the start, then there's less chance of skipping them at the very end. 4 sets here to failure on the hanging leg raise. And then we are going into a cable fly. Now, we're not going to failure on this. This is just 3 sets, just to warm the chest, get some blood in there, open up that rib cage, and just not even pre-fatigue, it's just to warm it up before we go into our pressing movements. Then from there, now we're all warmed up and we've got some blood in the muscle, we're going into a plate loaded or pin loaded incline press. 2 sets on here. Really focusing on my form right now, especially coming out of the back end of a diet. I'm not trying to hit no crazy numbers, just going with the flow, making sure tempo and form is locked down. 2 sets on here. Finish him off there, perfect. Then we go into a flat press. Now here I go a neutral grip, just because I've got a few presses in this push session. I like to alternate grips, so yeah, going in with a neutral grip here. 2 sets on the prime flat press, and we go set 1 on cam 5 and then set 2 on cam 3, just to match and really overload the lengthened rather than the shortened as I get more fatigued. Then into 2 sets of a shoulder press. First set 8 to 10 to failure, second set again 8 to 10, but we go into a rest pause at the end of this, just to accumulate another failure point. Then we go into the next exercise, which should actually be a dumbbell press from the floor, but it actually fucks my shoulder up trying to get into position. So we do a Smith press with a dead stop at the bottom, where I bring the safety latches up. So I come all the way down, dead stop there, and then back up. What this does, with it being the 3rd press, well actually the 4th press of the day, is it doesn't overload that lengthened position at all. Fatigue's a stupid word nowadays, like, and it gets thrown about a lot, but it's just basically so it causes less fatigue, but I still get another 2 sets of pressing in. Then we move on to a pec deck. This is something that I don't actually log in my logbook, the weight used here. This is just all about getting a good stretch, a really good contraction, and just pumping some blood into that chest, really opening it up and then closing it up, keeping the tempo and form nice and strict. Absolutely love these at this tempo. Then we go into some seated side lateral work on the prime side lateral. We're going for first set 10 to 12, and then second set a max of 10 with a rest pause of 45 seconds to fail, rest pause again of 30 seconds to fail, rest pause again 15 seconds and fail, and a final rest pause of 5 seconds to fail with an iso hold at the end, just to finish off them delts. I've actually been training side delts 3 times a week on this current split, and the difference it's made to my delts is fucking crazy. Then a quick physique update, you lucky fuckers. From memory, I think I'm about 196 pound here. Finished my diet at like 190, so 6 pound up in about 3 weeks. So taking it nice and slow, nice and steady, no need to rush things. But yeah, pretty happy with the overall look. Tis what it is. We're just slowly building up, not rushing shit. Just trying to get fucking massive. Come on. So we are back. Pretty good push session. Shoulder held up okay because I've got a really dodgy shoulder. So post workout time, we have got 60 grams of clear weight iso, 150 grams of rice-based cereal, which I am a massive fan of post workout. You get an insulin spike from it. Really simple carbs, so it's going to replenish glycogen really quick. 200 ml of unsweetened almond milk, 15 grams of honey, 2 grams of salt. I'm going to put this together. I'm not going to show you me eating it because it's a bit of a madhouse here. So yeah, I'm going to put this together, sit down, eat it. I've got to make the kids dinner. I've got to have a shower. I've got loads of shit to sort out. So I will catch you at meal 6. Yes, people, meal 6 about to go down. So meal 6. Meal 5 post-workout was a little bit rushed because it was a madhouse. It always is after the gym, especially on a Thursday. My mum and dad are here, 3 kids, Rach, dog, crazy. So just to recap, that meal was 150 rice-based cereal, so 150 grams of Cocoa Pops, 200 ml of almond milk, 60 grams of Clear Whey with 15 grams of honey over the cereal. Now, meal 6 should be 450 grams of raw weight white potato, 250 grams of raw weight mince. But we have a problem. I only had 200 grams of potatoes because I didn't go to the fucking shop like a massive bellend. So we've got 250 grams of air fried potatoes, and we've got 2 slices of Jason's sourdough chia batter, which works out at the same number of carbs and calories. We have our mince made into patties, 2 of them. Stick that in the sink. Air fried potatoes are done. And yeah, everything else is done. So I've got my injections already set up for the morning, my pre-bed GH ready to go, SLU, which again I will split half pre-cardio, half pre-gym. The rest of today's 13 grams of salt ready to go on to this meal with a little bit of sugar-free ketchup. And then I am literally going to eat this whilst I watch a quick half-an-hour YouTube video, and then chuck the dog out for a wee, take my GH, take my health subs, and then get to bed. Because tomorrow is check-in day, which means I've got to be up early. I'm also training after meal 1 on a Friday now, because we take the boy to a skate park once I've finished work. So if I train after meal 1, it just means that I can come straight home, and either me or Rach will take Stan to the skate park. But yeah, everything else is all sorted for the day. Again, macros for this meal will be on the screen, and the total overall macros for my full training day, full day of eating, will be on the screen. I will just show you what this looks like. If I can get in focus. So yeah, 250 mince, 200 potato, because that's all I had left, 2 slices of Jason's chia batter, and that is us, full day of eating done. If you watched to the end, thank you very much. These will become more regular. I'm going to try to do 1 a week, just covering nutrition, training, days in the life, drugs, and everything else in between, peptides. So yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you've had a fucking fantastic Monday, and I will see you on the next one.